3 days from now, November the 3rd, 2020, will be the American presidential election between Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and a couple of other candidates. Now, I'm not American, I'm British, but having American friends, studying American politics, and thinking about the entire situation, I think it's a very, very complex issue, and there's a lot more to it than just who you're going to vote for. But because it's only just around the corner, I will get to who might be good to vote for. Now, most people who are anti-racist, anti-sexist, anti-homophobic, and also against police violence and privatised healthcare and many other factors of oppression are going for Biden. Now, some would say that, yes, that is not voting for Trump, but Biden is still a member of the American ruling class. And he still enacted all of Trump's policies, but in a softer and more liberal way. So he's a liberal and a neoliberal, a soft conservative, and not what they call a fascist. Even though Donald Trump isn't technically a fascist, he's a far-right capitalist with links to fascists. And the alternative people are offering in this argument is to vote for Hawkins. Now, he's, for those who don't know, the candidate for the Green Party. So what a lot of American socialists regard as the actual socialist workers' party in the US. And it's not exactly a workers' party, but it's what they call the nucleus for becoming a workers' party. So what it means is voting for Hawkins will be a better alternative to both Trump and Biden and other sides of the American ruling class. So it probably won't actually work to defeat Trump, but if the less and less people vote for Hawkins, of course it's not going to help to defeat Trump. If more, because we're getting so many people, and this is the other side of the argument, that are going for Biden, not because he's considerably better than Trump, even though a lot of them do actually think he is, but it's because they think that Biden is a liberal and Trump's a fascist. I've already said what I thought of that. And that clearly means that really they don't support Biden and they're not actually voting for him as such. They just don't want Trump to win. And, it's understandable. And I'm not even going to say what I think, because what I think is that it's much more complex than that. And whoever you vote for, Biden or Hawkins, it means the same thing if your priority is building a workers' party in America, like we have the Labour Party here in Britain, but an actual workers' party rather than a bourgeois workers' party. We'll be explaining about that in a future video. And as long as you prioritise that, and as long as you also prioritise overcoming the limits of bourgeois democracy, in other words, democracy being limited to presidential elections that happen every 5 years, every 4 years, every 5 years in my country, and whenever Congress people get into Congress, they can basically just do whatever they want without being accountable at all. And there's also no control over your workplace or your education. And you're also just voting for candidates. You're not going to say something like, I'm reluctantly voting for Biden, or you're not just not voting, but you're actually casting a vote saying that you're not voting and why. And and also writing a paragraph. So really, overcoming bourgeois democracy means having much more freedoms wherever you are in society. And that should be the priority if we really want to fight for a humanitarian world, wherever it is, that's not racist, not homophobic, not sexist, and doesn't have so much people being shot by police, and healthcare can be accessed by literally anyone, and NHS isn't just regarded as a British thing, but as a human need. And Biden has made it clear that he's not going to achieve all that. So I understand how you're reluctantly voting for him, but we really need to make the case that the priority is overcoming the limits of bourgeois democracy and fighting for a workers' party. So to conclude, Biden, Biden or Hawkins, both of which mean the same thing if you prioritise everything that I said to prioritise. So cast your vote on November the 3rd, and hope this discussion goes down well. Comment literally anything at all you think. Don't be worried about what me or anyone are gonna think of it. Just be completely honest and give the video a like, give it a share, and subscribe to the channel. It's not going to be popular. This video is not obviously be popular anyway, but you know, try and make it at its most popular if you can. Just try. And even though the election is just around the corner, there's a lot more to all of American politics than just this election. There'll be another election in years, and then the fight's never over.